And when they put these videos on going, which are all edited and clippited, you know, this ain't
going to be edited.
No, I'm not saying yours is, but there are a lot of videos that are edited to only show the shit bit of but not the actual reason as to why. That is the problem with media, social media, and all the stuff.
Of course,
what I'm saying to you is it's public perception is what they are being shown. If they actually see it, like I said, in my 20 years, and I can tell you now, and it's on your little video that you're doing. I have not come across an officer that, you know, people who I've worked with, don't get me wrong, they're all bad in everybody. I've not come across an officer.
All right, everyone, buckle up. Today's case isn't your typical courtroom drama. It's a face-off between transparency and suspicion, filmed live in broad daylight. We've got a seasoned officer with 20 years on the job, and an auditor who's pushing boundaries, testing the limits of public recording. Right from the start, tension is thick. The officer warns about hostile reconnaissance, a term that immediately raises the stakes, while our auditor insists he's just asking questions and documenting the truth. Expect sharp exchanges, eye-lock standoffs, and moments where policy, perception, and public trust collide. By the end, you'll see how two very different perspectives find an uneasy alignment, but not before some serious drama
Thingy won't be affected by it, man. So I just got distracted. Then Freedom Reserve won't be affected, but I'm gonna leave a link in the description anyway. And so this is gonna be Bethnal Green. I just see a CID in that black car. So funny how they got tints as well. But I'll just ask him like where the cars come in and out of.
Here's where the energy spikes. Our auditor casually asks about vehicle movements, but the officer instantly frames it as a potential security risk. Notice the subtle tension, each word carries weight. This isn't a casual conversation anymore, it's a test of intent. The officer drops terms like hostile reconnaissance, evoking terrorism fears, while the auditor counters with daylight logic. He's visible, obvious, and completely transparent. This is classic clash of framework storytelling, suspicion versus transparency, authority versus public rights. Every pause, every hesitation, it's like watching chess moves unfold on the pavement.
Filming.
I'm just making a video of the police station.
Yeah, but what? For what purpose?
Just for my own recreation.
Yeah, it's not good, mate, to be fair. In this current climate, it's not a good idea.
What current climate's that?
What, the climate with terrorism?
What do you think this is?
Eh?
What do you think this is?
I don't know, but we have a thing called hostile reconnaissance where people film police stations, security venues. I'm not saying you are, but it's not a good idea to do it because it could raise suspicion. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think like hostile? Look at me, man. You think this is hostile reconnaissance? Like,
I'm not saying it is hostile reconnaissance. What I'm saying is, do you think it's in this current climate is a good idea to be walking around filming security places?
You don't seem too concerned.
MI5? What's that?
You don't seem too concerned. Like, you're happy for me to do
advice. If you want to do it, but I'll tell you what will happen. If you do it and you're here and you're filming, especially personal cars coming out, police cars. Yeah. You've got officers that are leaving from work. Yeah. If they deem that you are doing something suspicious, you're going to get turned over, and then, of course, you're then going to be like, whoa, what you're stopping me for, what you're searching me for, and then it all causes a problem.
But now watch this pivot. The officer slides from warning to debate. The auditor drops a revelation, "That's me, bro," and suddenly the dynamic flips. The officer isn't handling a random passerby, he's facing someone who knows this arena, someone savvy, experienced, and media-aware. Ego pauses, strategy begins. Notice the subtle power shifts here, words are weapons, and every sentence is measured. This is storytelling gold because it's raw, unscripted, and charged with tension. Audience, take note, the real drama isn't yelling or chaos, it's in these quiet, loaded exchanges where stakes are invisible but very...
Go on.
No, I'm not breakdown it.
All right, go on.
It's just, I have eyes and I see what happens.
Yeah, fair play. Still young, innit?
We, as police, have always have to have our backs, with regards to security. It's just like if you were there and for a long time you were filming Buckingham Palace, if you were filming
MI5
10
building.
Downing Street. Yeah. All tourists, all people like to take pictures. But when you ask what is the purpose that you are filming a police station, and you're saying just for a video, that's fine. But you're going to put this on social media.
Yeah, you already know what this is. But obviously, if I tell you my purpose straight away, it defeats the purpose of me doing it.
It's fine for a TikTok video, okay? But what do you think?
It's not for TikTok, by the way. But...
Or whatever social media platform.
There's a deeper layer. The conversation pivots to public perception. The officer points out that most videos are heavily edited, showing only fragments, feeding misunderstanding. The auditor challenges this, highlighting the lens as a tool for transparency, not deception. This is where social commentary sneaks in, media, public opinion, and perception collide. And notice the stakes. What's trivial to one side could inflame fear for another. The discussion isn't just about filming, it's a microcosm of trust, ethics, and responsibility in a world obsessed with...
That's not you.
That's me, bro.
It's not you.
I promise you, that's me. Cody Burks, that's me.
I've never seen your face.
Yeah, that's me, man. I'm not, listen, mate, I understand that the filming in itself is antagonistic, but I'm not trying to antagonize you. I'm just having a conversation with you.
I've seen these on TikTok. Yeah. Half the people that are doing it are doing it because they want the police to come out. They want to have chat.
Yeah, of course you do.
You seem quite a reasonable geezer.
I'm all right, man.
Okay, but if I would have been arsy with you, you would have started getting all
preachy
and stuff. Of course, yeah, because that's what the purpose of this video is.
That's what sells, yeah.
Silly. Yeah, I'm not
silly.
Of
course.
However, I'm telling you as it is.
Watch the tension mature. After initial warnings, there's a surprising alignment. The officer admits he knows the auditor's intent and won't overreact. The auditor insists he's there to reveal, not antagonize. This isn't a defeat, it's evolution. Two adversaries, opposing frameworks, discover a corridor of understanding. For viewers, this is a reminder that even high-stakes confrontations can find balance, and it's in these moments that trust begins to rebuild. Subtle, professional, and riveting, this is the heartbeat of courtroom-style drama.
You're already aware of what I'm doing. How can you deem it to be even close to hostile reconnaissance?
Because I am aware. Other officers might not be aware. Like I said, I'm 42 years old. Am I sad that I look at TikTok? Yeah, probably.
You are, to be fair.
I've got 3 children.
Bless them.
That we all do the trend dances together. We all do it. However, because of the job I do, I also see the videos like this. Yeah. And in this current climate, with all what's going on in America and what's going on here, it's all getting out of hand. Because what's happening is yourself at the moment, you're fine. But if I'd have started giving you, and getting out of the car and being probably what you wanted, I
still wouldn't be a knobhead. I would still.
I've been in the job 20 years, right? Okay. Now I've been through a lot of different incidents.
I bet you have. It's a tough job.
7/7. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, I was in training school when 9/11 happened. We've had all the other stuff on the bridges, a Borough Market.
No, I can appreciate that.
All the stuff. Okay. Now, I'm not one of these that I'm going to say, because to be fair, my reaction, or what I thought your reaction would have been when I turned around and said hostile reconnaissance was, do I look like a terrorist?
Do I?
No, but my argument would be, what's the terrorist?
I know, but...
How the officer grounds the interaction in policy and decades of experience. He repeatedly emphasizes that suspicion isn't arbitrary, there must be facts, prior intelligence, or risk assessment. And yet, the auditor presses, pointing out that filming alone shouldn't automatically raise suspicion. This push and pull showcases the delicate balance law enforcement must maintain, enforcing rules while respecting public rights. It's a lesson in nuance, one side guided by procedure and history, the other by transparency and accountability. You see why even small gestures, like filming a car, become a crucible for public.
Yeah.
A lot of people would maybe see it as
but
they would not see it as a bad thing.
Say that when you look at your comments on your
on YouTube,
on your YouTube or TikTok, okay, all right. I tell you now, you say a lot of people will care. The people that don't care are the people that are anti-police, but there are a lot of people out there who do care. because there are a lot of people that are pro-police. And when they put these videos on going, which are all edited and clippeted, you know, this
ain't going to be edited.
No, I'm not saying yours is, but there are a lot of videos that are edited to only show the shit bit of not the actual reason as to why. That is the problem with media, social media, and all the stuff.
Of course,
what I'm saying to you is it's public perception is what they are being shown. If they actually see it, like I said, in my 20 years, and I can tell you now, and it's on your little video that you're doing. I have not come across an officer that, you know, people I've worked with, don't get me wrong, they're all bad in everybody. I've not come across an officer who I can say has gone out there to hurt somebody intentionally because of colour, creed, age, whatever.
I think I disagree with you on that one, man. You may not know them.
Because of what
Maybe
what
your department is full of, you know, good officers.
I've worked everywhere, mate. 20 years I've worked everywhere. I've worked all over the Met. I'm in London now. You know, as soon as you walked up to me with that, I knew exactly what you
but listen, ultimately, this isn't just like to highlight the bad. Do you know what I mean? You having this conversation with me, us getting along, like once I post this, it's going to restore a lot of faith in the police, because people are going to realise that there are people like yourself that can have a conversation.
I'm savvy to what you're doing.
So like, I'm not going to...
I'm savvy to it. If I honestly thought right now you were here, hostile reconnaissance, right? I wouldn't be sitting here with your laptop having a
getting active,
I'd be out here, you'd be searched, you'd be turned over and possibly either arrested or your phone seized. But I know, like you said, I know what you're doing.
Why did you bring it up at the start then, man? For flip's sake. Why did you mention all that stuff at the start?
Because I don't know your face, do I? Like I said to you, I knew what you do.
Well, come on, look at the way I'm dressed. Like it's a Thursday morning, like in broad daylight. Reconnaissance really like.
What did you think you were going to get? You only asked me where did the cars come in and out because you knew what my reaction would be.
Context explodes. Terrorism, domestic threats, international crises, and high-profile cases like Sarah Everard are woven into the conversation. The auditor isn't just filming for social media, he's testing boundaries, observing behavior, and probing institutional caution. And the officer isn't just reacting personally, he's channeling decades of cumulative risk assessment. This is tension layered upon tension, the public, policy, and perception all intersect in real time. It's gripping because the stakes aren't hypothetical, they're living, breathing, and right there on the street. You have it. A rare glimpse into the intersection of public accountability, law enforcement caution, and the power of the camera. What starts as a simple inquiry escalates into a lesson on risk, transparency, and trust. The officer's experience tempers suspicion, the auditor's persistence demands honesty, and together, they navigate a high-stakes corridor where policy meets public perception. This case isn't just about filming.